Viewers, to our next great deal. This is kind of an unusual one. We were in Price Hill. We were on Elberon. There's a little zoom shot of the roof. The roof is only about a year-old dimensional shingle. This is a huge brick building. Like I said, the top of Elberon in Price Hill. A decent-looking neighborhood. The four-family next door is a little ugly, but it's getting worked on. So this was originally a two-family that the guys opened up and made into a giant single family. We're on the back deck. It needs some cleanup and staining. There actually is off-street parking here, so I've zoomed into that. See, there's a driveway there that leads to the street behind and a whole parking area back there, so you walk up through the backyard to access the house. So this is us walking in the front door. There used to be a wall dividing these two things that they had professionally taken out by an architectural engineering company, and that's the one remaining staircase. They turned that other one into a coat closet. So this place is big. This is going to be a slightly longer than usual video. I'm not sure what to call all of the rooms here, so we'll just call this a parlor. The ceiling height is enormous. There are hardwood floors in this thing pretty much everywhere, not literally everywhere, but as you can see in that shot, the left and right side have different styles of hardwood floors, or at least different finishes, so someone's going to need a brain to do that. Into what our sellers were using as the dining room. That kind of makes sense, although, I mean, they did all that stuff with the chandelier without fixing the ceiling, even though they knew how to fix it. And we'll see an example of that upstairs. So they opened this up with the plan of making one giant kitchen. That's just kind of a used set that they threw in while they were living here doing this work. House also comes with like a 8-camera security system. So the kitchen's going to be where you spend a ton of the money. There's a back set of stairs up, and there's another one right here, because when this was a side-by-side two-family, each unit had a set of stairs going up to the second floor. Now I'm going to retrace my steps to kind of keep, hopefully, some continuity here. So out of the kitchen, back through the dining room. Here's the grand hallway that we saw, but I didn't comment on, and we'll see that again. So here we are back to the front door. So now I'm walking over to the other side into parlor number 2, I guess. And you can see the big bay area there. So something of note is the windows on the first floor. Apparently I'm not there yet. There we go. The windows on the first floor have not been replaced. They've been re-roped and all that stuff, but they haven't been replaced. The windows on the second floor have been replaced. They're all replacement vinyl. And then here's our grand hallway. Again, on the third floor, they have not been replaced. So a little schizophrenic. So the guys started to bomb out the plaster ceiling in here, and then they realized that that was an error and it was going to just make a mess. And what one should do, we're going to call this the tea room. It's the one with the fireplace in it, because that's what they called it, is you lath out the ceiling and then hang drywall on that so you can get it all straight and level. Here's a little half bath. So I'm doing an experiment in this video where I'm actually just using a GoPro camera, and the nature of the GoPro and its degree of angle, its wide angleness, is that everything looks a little compressed. That bathroom is actually very large, like surprisingly large for a half bath. So it's not squeezy at all. So into this back room on the right hand side, they were using this as a bar. You can see the clean spot on the floor there. They had a bar set up. They've got an old sound system back there, but again, enormous ceiling height and a very good sized room. So there's kind of a lot going on here. And are all these bedrooms, are they something else? I don't know. So we just passed the kitchen, the half bath. We're coming back through the tea room, and I'm going to go to the front of the house again. Here's the grand hallway again, and parlor number 2, and I'm going to go up this staircase here, because they didn't want to and couldn't take out too much of that wall to make an enormous grand staircase. So they had planned on widening the treads there down at the bottom. So here's our second floor. There's a main hallway that goes through. There's like a little expanded sitting area here. But we'll get to that in a second. So I'm going to turn to the right and come in here to what they built as a library. All these built-in bookshelves, pretty good quality. I give it a B plus, maybe an A minus in level of finish there. They did a pretty good job, but I'm OCD about that kind of thing. So our seating area, that could it be turned into a bedroom? I don't know. Does this house need more bedrooms? Depends on what you're going to use it for. So past that this is where they were actually living, where they were doing the work on this. So this is pretty much a completely finished master suite. There is, this room still it needs fresh paint and fresh carpet. There's a full bath in here that basically needs, updated paint, and then I think you're done. Maybe a better decorator eye than I have, but as far as the completeness goes, I rate that 100% complete. So again, even on the second floor, you have gigantic ceiling height and large rooms. That's just a closet. I'm not going to show you every closet in this thing, or we would be here all day. So there's the corresponding upstairs of the two stairways that we saw down on the first floor. And let me show you this before we go into the bedroom. This is a second floor laundry area, which I think is brilliant. I think that's a great move because the main bedroom floor is where one changes clothes. So why carry clothes up and down the stairs if you don't have to? This another bedroom, again, very good size. It needs paint, needs the floor refinished or flooring of some kind. Now this, I disagree with them. They again did all these built-ins for this fancy closet. With the built-in shelves and the built-in rack there. And I go, man, you still have room for closet space and a half bath, which would have been my choice in that, because this house is at present a little lacking in bathrooms. So we go down the hall, and there's an example of the brick that was dividing this two-family that they framed out. And this was just like their workroom. This is where they had tools, and obviously there's still $1,000 worth of lumber sitting in here, and various paints that they used and that kind of thing. I would consider, just my opinion, I'd consider stealing some of this for a little space in the master bedroom and maybe putting a full common bathroom in the remaining space. You've got plenty of feet to do it. Now the master bedroom here is enormous, but they have these two little kind of his and hers closets, and they've just framed in for like this little half bath in there, and you've got plenty of feet to steal from the other room. Now this is what they should have done on the ceiling downstairs. You can see these nailing strips. They're all spaced out, so they're all perfectly planar, meaning they exist on the same plane, so it's a nice flat surface to hang drywall from. And this is cute. They open this up so you can now like line the children up the stairs and address your minions from a balcony or whatever. So we're going to walk back through the library and then down the hall here, and we're headed to the third floor because it's a little attic-y shaped, but there is a real floor, a real living floor up there that I will show you in a moment. So we wind past the laundry area and go up these stairs, and they do a 180 here, and then come up here, and as you will see to our left there, that's just attic storage. I'm not calling that living space at all. It's too pointy shaped. But then we'll walk around the stairway opening here, and there was a corresponding staircase here because it's all mirror images of each other, but they just took it out and threw insulation board, which is why we put the warning. Vina wrote that warning sign on it. So here is a bedroom on the third floor. Now, again, the ceilings in here are still better than 8 feet high. They are higher than I can reach with my hand, and I'm 6'1". So even with my arms stretched up, I can't touch them, which puts them a little over 8 feet. And same in here. Yes, there's that attic, where it kind of coves down, but the main ceiling height is perfectly livable, and the hallway is not as narrow as it appears in this video. I am walking down it comfortably, and I can even get past this bookshelf and dresser or whatever without a good deal of trouble. So there are 2 bedrooms on that side. There are 2 bedrooms on this side as well. They left some junk behind, but this is all. They're not taking anything else. We own this house now. We went ahead and closed it because the situation just demanded it. But we don't want to do this rehab because we're not that good at rehab. We'd rather pass the savings along to you and let you do something smart with it. So I'm going to work my way back down and down and down again and head to the basement. But I wanted to talk a little about what's the potential exit strategy here. We've got a couple people interested in it from a group home standpoint. It seems to lend itself very well to that kind of idea because it's so frickin' big. But we've never owned a group home. We wouldn't know what to do. So I'm going to take you down this back staircase just to show you that it really exists. Or it could be just an enormous single-family home, or maybe an Airbnb rental or something like that. So here's one of the doors to the basement. We'll go down here, and again, it's got 2 sides as well, but they are connected. There's another shot of the deck that we were on earlier in the video. So, I don't know, it's like 6,700 square feet of living space. So, woof, what do you make of that? So the basement is stone foundation. You see the brick dividing wall and a poured concrete floor. So the glass block has already been put in everywhere. There is a furnace for the first floor and a furnace for the upstairs. I hate this flexible ductwork. They did it on the furnace for the upstairs, and I don't love it, but I don't know if it's worth the effort to undo. And they've still got, some materials and some junk here and whatever, nothing really exciting. So what I'll do is we'll go through this doorway to the other side that, again, is a mirror of that, and I'll get to the back in a minute. But I wanted to take you into this. They had kind of another tool room down here. But this is what I wanted to show you. So one of the guys who did this rehab so far, his dad is a licensed electrician and did the whole rewiring with them. So this is just a thing of beauty. This warms my heart. So all those switches, all those separate circuits, 200 amps on circuit breakers, all that new Romex, even labeled, and it makes my heart go pitter-pat. So I'm kind of loving that. So if anything, only minor tweaks to do there, maybe as you add bathrooms or something. So let me work my way back down to, there is the furnace for the first floor, and luckily they used regular common panned ductwork, which soothes me more. And the water heater is back here. Let me go around this pillar, and there's a better shot of it here. So expansion tank in place, good connections, 50 gallons, all nice and squared away. For a house this big, 50 gallons may not be enough. I would consider, as I always sort of recommend, doing the tankless instantaneous on-demand hot water heater, because I think that's a better move. That's me fumbling to try to open a door without hinges. So we're going to go up the same stairway we came down and walk through the house again. So there's another quick shot of that balcony, and I'm just going to walk to the front of the house and we'll sum up. So we're going to pass the library, or the bar, the kitchen, the bathroom, and then through the tea room with the fireplace. They put in those French doors. The work that these guys did, they did a good job of. There's the grand hallway again, but they just ran out of gas. They'd been working on this project for 12 years, and they put a ton of effort and money into it, but they were just done. So there's our baby. 150,000 cash. Takes it, and then do with it what you will. Send me a text or give me a call if you must, and let me know if you have any questions or if you want to get inside and take a look. Thanks.